Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, we're going to have a look into today's top stories. So apparently there's not just the one. And then I become all anxious. I started to feel a little bit sick and nervous, anxious. We've got the Heal Yourself cards and the Witch's Tarot. Okay, should we just have a look at the cards? Are we recording? We are. 53 seconds. Okay, I'm going to start putting in the, not in the description box, but in the title, how long the video's on for when I premiere it. And also I'm going to try and give you warning, so schedule the premiere in. So you'll be able to see what time the video will be premiered, so that you can join in and be ready. And then you'll also be able to see how long the video's on for, because when we're on a premiere, you're not aware of how long the video is going to go for. So, Justice. What came out first of all was I spoke about this yesterday because the Six of Pentacles come out, and I said there's something that needs balancing and you need to do it, because if it was being done for you, then justice will be shown, and justice is here. Okay. So this is a major arcana. This is the divine balancing something out in your life. It's getting ready for the big unveiling. Behind her. So she's kind of okay. It's blocked at the moment. She's sitting there on this bench. This stone bench, and then there's two big flower pots. Okay, so you can't even really scoot round the side to see. So divine timing. Looks a bit like the High Priestess. She just doesn't have two white pillars. Okay, it's not the same as a High Priestess. So I feel like this is for real. This is the real deal. And that sheet below, what am I looking at below? Okay, so behind her is a green covering as well. There's kind of a sheet below the purple covering here. Ah, it looks like you've got to go through the heart to get there. Okay, so to gain access, you need to go through the heart. There's no other way around. Looks a little bit like where her dress is lower cut. Looks like a little love heart there. Okay, so listen, Cupid and his arrow is going to shoot right there. Get you right in the heart. Today's stop story. Okay, I feel like this might just stop you in your tracks. Which, the feeling of tracking someone, tracking the energy, you'll no longer need to do that, because you'll be able to see for yourself. Hi, Lily. Hi. Come on in. Yeah, you can come up. How are you? You okay? Yeah. Okay, stop. Today's stop story. Oh, it's a heart stopper. It's a heart stopper? It's a heart stopper. Right, we're going to find out a bit more. There's the legacy. This legacy here, this coin, it's dangling in midair. It's behind here. Nice, we've got temperance. So there's an angel that's assisting. Okay. There's an angel that's assisting behind the scenes that's balancing everything out. This is the card of alchemy. Okay. This is an offering from the divine. It's an ace. It's an ace. They're offerings from the divine, an opportunity. Okay. And this angel here, but I'm feeling the energy of stop and listen to your heart. The only way through is to surrender to the heart. But I feel as if this is a showstopper. Oh, a heart stopper, a showstopper. And then come through the energy about tracking, and it's like everything will be clear. Okay, so what does the show stop now? No, it just it transcends. Very interesting cards. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Eight of Cups. Now we have the feminine here who's walking away. Feels like the job's done. The 8 cups are all nicely aligned. And she's looking to the stars, I want to say, for what's next. If you notice, there's a dolphin. And he's spying on her. He hops out of this water to spy on her progression. So it does feel like the end of a chapter. I want to read the 8 of Cups. In the foreground are 8 silver cups, all stacked and balanced neatly in rows and sitting on the shoreline. Behind the 8 cups, we see a young woman in a blue traveller's cloak with a sprig of blooming sweet peas tucked in her hair. I don't know how much you can really see. The young woman is walking away from the cups, leaving them behind, and she is travelling at the water's edge. That she is walking in an in-between place is significant here. So she's walking in an in-between place, and that's significant. She is at the boundary of one realm and the next. This card here. So she is at the boundary of one realm and the next, namely the earth and sea. An unseen breeze blows. I just heard it come through the window. If you hear a tapping, that's my heart chakra that's hanging in my window. Full of crystals. That she is walking in an in-between place is significant here. She is at the boundary of one realm and the next, namely the earth and sea. An unseen breeze blows, ruffles her cape, a bit behind her. A crescent moon shines down from a nighttime sky where 8 tiny stars twinkle. There are high cliffs in the distance, but the traveller keeps her eyes on the horizon. She has chosen to abandon things that are no longer necessary or are detrimental. As she travels down the beach, a dolphin spy hops out to see her. The dolphin was considered to be a messenger by the ancient Greeks. He appears in this card as if he is checking on the woman's progress. The young woman is moving on and moving forward. The blossoms in her hair are symbolic in the language of flowers. Pink, sweet peas symbolise departure. I want to read all of them now. Justice. The spiritual energy that's surrounding this card, an offering from the universe, from the divine. And then you have Major Arcana of Temperance, which is a guardian angel. And then you have Justice here as well that stepped in. That's the divine laws, universal laws. And I've gone to the Emperor, now to the Lovers. And I felt like it's all kind of closing in on the masculine or the dragonfly here. Justice. The Greek goddess of justice, Themis, sits at her temple. She looks at you carefully with a direct, thoughtful gaze. Themis holds a double-edged sword in her right hand. The sword symbolises that balance must be preserved, even if it is by force. In her left hand, Themis holds the scales, also equally balanced. The emeralds in her crown and the emerald brooch pinned on her cape promote emotional stability and encourage wisdom. No one can see through the purple curtain behind her, as it conceals the mysteries and the inner workings of the universe. This is the central card of the 22 major arcana cards. I didn't realise that. Learn something new every day. Okay. So this is the central card of the 22 major arcana cards, since justice is at the centre of our lives, and she will have her impartial outcome. Themis treats all with integrity and reverence, as she is, in essence, a neutral force. Justice reminds us of the laws of karma and the idea of cause and effect. Okay, so the universal law of cause and effect. What we have done in the past and do now in the present will affect our future. The Justice card illustrates equilibrium, balance, and fairness. It is time to weigh your options and to assess your actions in life. The black-eyed Susans growing in the Grecian urns elegantly symbolise justice in the language of flowers. The Justice card is connected to both the High Priestess and the Karma major arcana cards. Like the High Priestess, Justice is a neutral force, and its links to Karma card and its links to the Karma card reminds us that, in the end, karma will always have its way. Five of Swords. Excuse me. Okay, let's have a look at this Five of Swords energy here. Five swords are fanned out across a beautiful bright blue sky. Pearly white clouds are illuminated, and just beneath the gathered points of the five swords is a gorgeous iridescent dragonfly, a symbol for the element of air, the fairy realm, and illusion. Five fairies fly merrily around the swords, uncaring of their sharp edges and any possible danger. But what do you suppose is the most dangerous aspect of this card? the sharp edges of the swords or the possible trickery of the Fae. This card shows that your pride was hurt, but it's not fatal. Do not overreact. You may feel embarrassed at the moment, but most of what you are so humiliated about is an illusion. The dragonfly represents a need to gain a new perspective and to make a change. The fairies encourage you to learn to laugh at yourself a bit, to see through others' trickery and to keep moving forward. See, you can kind of see why the divine has stepped in, because this is really holding the masculine back. It's humiliation. He feels humiliated. Let's say embarrassed. Okay. You may feel embarrassed at the moment, but most of what you are so humiliated about is an illusion. You need to gain a new perspective and to make a change, and you're being encouraged to learn to laugh at yourself a bit, to see through others' trickery and to keep moving forward. Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles here, so I feel like this is it being dangled? It's like a carrot on a stick. Is it being dangled in front of you? Okay. Might get you to kind of stop looking at this, being so fearful. Okay, and I feel the fear is that you're being tricked by the fairies. So, let's have a look at this big golden pentacle here. Ace of Pentacles. A large golden, upright, interwoven, golden pentacle hovers in mid-air. The sky in the background is a rosy colour of dawn, and golden and pink clouds are behind the pentacle. The precious golden pentacle has a leafy pattern on its surface, and the pentacle itself is surrounded by intertwined and blooming honeysuckle vines from the garden. Honeysuckle is a tenacious blooming vine aligned to the element of earth and the planet Jupiter. It is a powerful herb used in prosperity and good luck spells, which makes it very appropriate for being featured in this earthly suit. The blooming honeysuckle flowers are symbols of new and sweet opportunities. One of the more positive cards in the tarot deck, this is a card of prosperity, fertility, wealth, stability and growth. It also symbolises the positive and current manifestation of your magic in the physical world. I'm going to carry on reading this card because it's kind of like, well, what do you mean? Well, the Ace of Pentacles is the most potent and pure form of the feminine element of earth. This ace shows us all of the bounty that the suit of Pentacles represents. Be creative and put those blossoming ideas into action to achieve material success. Because the pentacle is hovering in mid-air, this card traditionally symbolised that money may just manifest in your life as if out of thin air. This card may represent a gift or an out-of-the-blue opportunity that lands in your lap. However, on a more down-to-earth note, this card, being the purest form of the earth element, reminds you to stay grounded and to use your common sense. That practicality and good judgment will guide you and your magic to success. This card often illustrates a desire to help other people on both a mundane and a magical level. The Ace of Pentacles signifies an abiding, deep affection for the beauty of nature and a talent for green magic. And I feel that this is the talent of the Justice card here. I was hiccuping or burping, I'm not sure. The green magic. Like this is going to hit you straight in the heart. Well, should we have a look at what Temperance is doing here? Card number 14, and we've been seeing this card a lot. Okay. Comes after the Death card, been seeing that a lot as well. Card number 13. Temperance. What's going on here? So this was Themis. Now this is Iris. The Greek goddess of the rainbow, Iris, faces forward and stands at the edge of the water, her golden wings outstretched. Her sheer white gown has a golden triangle on the bodice. Which signifies balance and creativity. Her gown flows softly around her, and one of Iris's feet is on land, while the other dips in the water. Neither on shore nor in the water, she is in an enchanted location, where she is in both worlds, an in-between place. And this was important that we remembered this. I feel like Iris is with the Divine Feminine here, because the Divine Feminine's in this in-between world. Okay, you definitely have the Divine that's balancing this connection out. In Iris's hands are 2 different goblets, and she calmly pours water from one goblet into another. The water flows magically out and about before ending up in the bottom goblet. Excuse me. There is an alchemical transformation taking place here. She is tempering the liquid in the goblets to find the right balance or mixture. Behind Iris, the clouds have parted in the sky and a rainbow appears, representing hope, magic and miracles. Around her, on the green banks, grow iris flowers in several different colours. The enchanting iris flowers symbolise an eloquent message, which suits the messenger goddess they were named after. So it's the enchanting iris flowers symbolise an eloquent message. Well, what does that mean? It means the Temperance card appears in a reading when it is time to be restrained, to be a little more tactful than usual, and to employ some moderation. This Major Arcana card represents the mixing of different magical elements to create something new, like rain and sunlight make a rainbow. The Temperance card also stands for the personal alchemy of a spiritual transformation. Now is the time to work on the healing of your spiritual self. This the perfect occasion to work on finding the correct balance or flow in your magic and your life. Watch for messages from the gods. Keywords: alchemy, restoring equilibrium, moderation, restraint and tact. Find your balance, look for divine messages, and work on spiritual healing and transformation. Wow. Well, I can see the rainbow light going across the table. Well, actually, it's going across the keys. It's the directional keys that it's going across with the little arrows. Okay. Rainbow light. You might be able to see it coming over the cards. It's over Temperance at the moment. I told you it's the heart in my window. There's all crystals in it. Heal yourself card. There's a hole in the soul. Card number 36. I've opened up to Pride, which, oh, Pride looks like the figure in the background here. But it's a blend of both, isn't it? Temperance. Let's read card number 36. Your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression, experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. And this is why the divine has stepped in. It's enough now. It's for the masculine, I believe here, it's too depressing, okay? So the divine has stepped in. So one way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, then you adopted a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs and desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation as you are always mourning your true self. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and neglect you felt. So there's this energy of something that you just can't seem to let go of. Okay. Let's look at the action. Find a safe place. Use colour pencils to draw several masks. Each mask needs to represent an aspect of your false self, such as a good girl, boy, saviour, slave, rebel, victim, overachiever, etc. Take time to write or draw the qualities you feel each false self contains. Turn on some powerful music, put on a mask and move in a way you feel the mask requires for you to express yourself and feel the feelings you may have suppressed. Once you have completed the dance, take off the physical mask and burn it. Then imagine energetically taking off the false masks you wear in front of various people. Give yourself permission to be your real self. Imagine a person in front of you who you feel doesn't accept you. Say, I am going to betray you now and recover my true self. Now imagine this person saying to you, I understand you and encourage you to become the person you were meant to be. Wow. So I think that this message was really all kind of focused on this energy here. So, stories. Well, I felt there was just the one story there. How long have I been on for? Long enough. Long enough. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can keep it, shortish. Half an hour mark. Well, seeing as it really does feel as if the divine has stepped in with justice here, temperance, they're dangling this pentacle in front of you. But go to your sacred spirit. It said to look out for messages from the gods, from the divine. So, let's have a look and see what your sacred spirit wants to say to you. Sacred divinity. There are two paths ahead. This we can see. Card number 30. Honour your divinity. Honour your divinity. There are two paths ahead. Embracing your sacred divinity. I'm not sure what word I was going to say. Embracing your sacred divinity is honouring the divine feminine and masculine that resides within you. Every person shares both aspects of divinity. These are not stereotypical versions of what it means to be a female or male. The divine feminine incorporates aspects of unconditional love, compassion and gentleness, but these are also qualities of the divine masculine. Having expanded our intelligence and consciousness, human beings are no longer critical survivalists. We have evolved and adapted as a collective group. With growing intelligence and awareness, human beings, regardless of gender, can achieve these divine qualities. Men are able to embrace these inner, gentler qualities, and women outward qualities of strength. Connecting to our divine self is to align with the divinity of Source. Divine balance occurs when these dual aspects are in harmony within the body, resulting in a feeling of wholeness. Currently, distortion of the divine feminine and masculine has occurred within you. You may be feeling highly analytical or over-emotional. Now is the time to address this issue as you are weighed down with imbalanced energies. You may feel emotionally disconnected from either the masculine or feminine side. Right now you are being asked to honour the sacred divinity that exists within you, expressing the divine traits of creativity, expression, gentleness, confidence and strength is what is required now. Feel the beauty and love that is uniquely you and honour it. Give yourself a special gift to remind yourself. Give yourself a special gift to remind you of this inner journey and how much you care about your divine self and well-being. Connecting and creating a strong sisterhood or brotherhood is fantastic, but you must remember you radiate with energetic duality. If you find yourself ignoring or judging this side of yourself, ask yourself what you are hiding. Identify these qualities without judgment and work on healing or balancing these aspects. The shadow aspect is illogical exploitation and oppression. The sacred crystal is crocowite, Crocooite. Archangel assistance, Archangel Chamuel, love, tolerance, and personal boundaries. The affirmation: I honour and respect the sacred divinity that pulses through me. Okay, we'll leave that story there. I've got Mr. Fly on the chair, just here, just over here, listening. Okay, listening in. Right, guys, I'll catch up with you guys soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.